Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. No, me?
No.
Okay. Today's the first video that we're going to do in a series called the Monday Nugget. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to share some life experience stuff, bits of wisdom, product reviews, homeschooling tips, things like that. So these videos are going to be short. They're going to be simple. And our hope is that they are going to give encouragement to you wherever you're at in life, knowledge, inspiration, and whatever's going on. Today, the Monday Nugget is going to be on budgeting, and so today's nugget is budgeting works. So I think we all know how important it is to maintain a budget, to have a budget, and yet a lot of times we just don't want to go through the work to do it. We overcomplicate it, or we're just too lazy. I mean, that's kind of the bottom line.
Yeah. So why is it important to have a budget? Well, because if we don't take ownership of our finances and make our money work for us, then we'll just become slaves to it and our finances will be chaotic. I've had so many people say to me, man, I really need to make a budget. I get to the end of my week or the end of my month and all my money is gone and I have no idea where it went. I don't know what I spent it on. That's not okay. We should not be getting to the end of our month or our pay period and not knowing where all of our money went. This is where people start getting in trouble with things like overdraft fees or credit cards. We need to be aware of where our money's going. Writing up a budget is not that hard at all. That's what we were talking about earlier, overcomplicating. I think a lot of people think too much into it, but it's really, really simple. We need to be telling our money where to go before the month even gets going, or before, right at the beginning of the pay period. This is how you will be able to pay debt down and build a savings, and always make sure that your bills are paid and food's on the table and all of that stuff.
So we are not at all amazing with money. We're actually pretty bad at it. We make mistakes all the time. We've made tons of mistakes. That's why we're in the position that we're in, where we need to sell our house now. It's been 10 years of marriage, and throughout that whole 10 years we have made mistake after mistake after mistake. And I think it was only just this year that we really decided to look at it and buckle down and start making some changes in our lives in order to undo the damage that we've done. We need to take responsibility and do something about it. And so we started having some meetings, and we have big financial goals. We want to build a savings. We want to be able to put into retirement. And we can't do those things right now. We want to be able to pay off our debt. We want to be able to go on a vacation at some point in time without having to pinch pennies and worry about, well, we don't have enough money to even drive to the place we want to get to. So we're always stuck in town. We can't do anything. So these are the things we want to do. We also want to be able to give more generously. That's one big thing where, we look around, we know people have helped us in our lives. And sometimes it would be nice to be able to just give somebody $100 because they're having a rough month or something like that. We can't do it, though the burden is there, because we just don't have the finances. So we want to have this freedom to be able to do all of these things. You probably want that freedom too if you're in the same position we're in. So this is the way, at least the starting point, to get to the point where you can do that. And I think that these things really can only happen through proper budgeting and looking at where the money's going all the time.
In our house, I'm the one that pays the bills. The way I do it, I have to have everything written out on paper. I have to be able to see everything. The one thing throughout the years, we've written out a budget for the most part our whole marriage. It wasn't a very strict budget, but we've always written things down. But the one thing that was always missing was a budget meeting together. I was just, making sure the bills were paid, doing whatever with the money, and then we weren't necessarily sitting down and talking about it. So Paul didn't really ever know what was really going on with the finances, probably until this year.
That doesn't mean it was always my fault.
No.
That we were in a bad position.
I didn't say that.
I know.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, that was not what I was implying at all. So we just have never really, until this year, we never sat down and discussed it all as a team. A few months back, we did this. We were doing a little bit of Dave Ramsey's course. If you don't know who Dave Ramsey is, look him up, and that's a really good starting point too for working towards financial goals. But anyways, a couple months ago, we sat down and we had a budget meeting a few times in a row. And through that like couple months, we nailed it on our budget. We did really well because we were holding each other accountable to what was going on in our account. But then, I don't know, life happened. I don't really know why we stopped doing it, but we haven't for the last few months. And it's been a little chaotic. Like, I paid 2 bills on the wrong pay date on accident and totally screwed our whole account over. So things like that. So it's really important that if you have big financial goals like we do, or even if it's something small, like you just want to learn how to budget and start working together on it, it's important that you meet with your significant other or spouse. You need to be on the same page as each other. You both need to know what's going on so you can hold each other accountable. And so you both know what money's there to spend. If you've never budgeted before, you might be wondering how. I mean, it's really not hard at all. I'm going to show you what we do, but it's pretty old school. I do it pen and paper. I have it all listed out. If you are more of a tech person, there are apps and websites that you can use. And I don't have any experience with them. That's something you'd have to look up. But I do know that exists. And our kids keep coming in and interrupting us. So we're going to flip the camera around and we're going to show you just a really brief synopsis of what we do for a month on how we budget, just to give you an idea. Okay, so this is June, just laid out. It's super basic. I just wrote it out for this video. So what we do, so Paul gets paid twice a month, June 1st, June 15th. So I wrote down the bills that have to come out of this paycheck. I added it up. I took what he got paid, subtracted what the bills are. We have what's left over. From there, I always take our food out first. Then we have a little bit left over. And then you go to June 15th, which obviously hasn't come yet, but I wrote out all the other bills that need to come out, the total, subtracted from what he gets paid, took food out of that total, and then that's left. So then we take these numbers that are left at the end of each of the pay periods and we decide what to do with it, whether it be budgeting gas into one of them or I don't know, what else do we budget? We budget gas, needs,
savings, emergency fund,
trying to put a little bit towards debt if we're able to. Sometimes like our electricity bill will be a lot lower and so we'll have more money to work with, or I don't know, something will come up and a bill will be higher. So obviously the numbers change all the time, but you see how basic that was. It's a notebook, like a journal notebook. I just write out the pay periods, the bills that need to come out, and then I take that money that's left over and I budget all of the other things into it. And then from there, after we've done our priorities, we can then take that extra money and do something with it. Something else we do that helps with budgeting that we've been kind of bad at, but we're trying to get back into, is the envelope system, which you probably know what it is, but you take your priorities like groceries, gas, needs, things like that, and you pull that cash out and you put it into the envelope, and once that cash is gone, you're done spending for that category. And that's another thing that can really help with not sliding your debit card all the time. So that's another really good way to keep your hands off your account when you're trying to make your money do certain things. So that's basically it, guys. Budgeting is really important.
Agreed.
Don't keep getting to the end of the month and not knowing where your money is, or where your money went. That's a horrible, must be a stressful way to live. Just stop doing that. It's so easy to budget. Make financial goals, set those goals, and then set up a budget to help you meet those goals. We've been pretty bad at always sticking to a budget. Money has not been our expertise in life. But we're taking responsibility for it, and we're done living that way. We want to start really making it a priority to budget and really make it a priority to tell our money where to go. And we hope that you will do the same. Thanks for joining us on the first Monday Nugget. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope that it was helpful or inspirational or something for you. maybe next week or in the next few weeks we'll do a video where we like talk more specifically on the numbers in our budget and how we budget everything and what it like looks like for us specifically with our numbers. I love seeing videos like that. It gives me ideas. It inspires me to do better with my budget, things like that. So if that's something you'd like us to do to go into more detail, leave a comment or message us or email us and let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
So we'll see you guys Wednesday for our recipe review with edible escapades.
It's gonna be fun. In the meantime, let the money flow into your bank account and save it and budget it. Don't forget to like it.